Up to this point, we've focused on referencing the cells strictly by their addresses or using a cell range. Excel allows us the ability to apply meaningful names to a cell or range of cells so that it is easier to refer to the cells in a formula. To learn how to utilize named ranges, let's go ahead and build the customer purchase data using named ranges. We're first going to select the range of cells we want to name, and then we can go and type the name in the name box. Let's start by naming the purchases and price data. These are going to be actual ranges of cells, so it'll be more than one cell. What I'm going to do is highlight all the purchases cells. Then I go to my name box and I'll click in it and I'll type my name. I'm going to call this NR, and that's going to be short for named range. Don't always have to do that, but for this example we're going to put that in here. And I'll call this purchases. Like many other naming conventions, there are certain things that you can't use for range names. You can't have spaces in a name, and you can't have a lot of special characters. A lot of times we try to do the proper case where we can capitalize different letters in the actual range name. But once we type that in, just hit enter. Now let's name the price fields. Again, we'll highlight the price fields, go to our name box, and then type NR price. And hit enter. Okay, now I'll click somewhere else in my worksheet. Now, one of the things about the named range that's pretty neat, if I'm somewhere else and I want to go back to it, I can click that drop down. Now you're going to notice there's a lot more named ranges in our workbook. Those have been defined earlier, but the ones we just made are NR price and NR purchases. Watch what happens when I click on one. Excel will take you right back to that range of cells you defined. I can click on the NR price as well. Well, now let's build our formula using the named ranges. Watch what happens when we type equals and start typing our formula. Equals, I'm going to start typing my named range name, NR, and you see Excel automatically starts assuming we're going to use a named range. So we'll just say purchases, click on it, times NR price. And then hit enter or hit return. And we get our formula. It comes up to the right thing. 10 times 15 is 150. In the formula, look, it's a lot easier to read that. NR purchases times NR price. So I can copy that down just like any other cell reference. And everything works. Oops. I'll hit copy. And I'll paste special formulas. And you see that formula copied down all the way. And it looks the same everywhere now because we use those named ranges, purchases times price. And Excel's also smart enough to figure out that even though this named range contained all 6 of those, it pretty much took a guess that we really only want to multiply the numbers that are in the same row that we're in. So we've named a couple ranges. Now let's name a few individual cells as well. So you can name one cell, we'll call this NR silver discount. We'll tab over and call this one NR gold discount. And go to G, and that will be NR platinum. And now we can build the rest of our formulas using those named ranges too. Now there's one more range we have to name, and that's the total cells. So I'll go ahead and highlight those and name those. And now I can build our formulas. Let's go ahead and use equals and start building our formulas. NR, I'm going to say silver discount first, times NR totals. And we got the right amount there. This will be equals NR gold discount times, and the last one, NR platinum times, and if I copy those and paste special formulas. So now Excel has the same formulas we had in a previous exercise. However, all the formulas, since they're using named ranges, they're really easy to read. In this cell here, E11, I'm taking the silver discount times the totals. Over here in G13, I'm taking the platinum discount times the totals. It really makes it a lot more readable. So we saw the easy way to add a named range, but you may need to adjust your range names at times or just delete them all together. And that's going to be off the Insert menu. We're going to go down to Name and Define, and that will pull up our Define Name dialog box. Now in this one, anytime I click on a range name, it'll tell us below exactly what it refers to. Here's the name of the worksheet with an exclamation point and then the address. I'll go down and find R. So in the case of NR price, that refers to the range C8 to C14. And in the case of the silver discount, that just refers to E6. So if I wanted to delete all those, which I do because we're about done with this exercise, from this box I can click on a named range and just hit delete. And I'll delete all the named ranges that start with NR that we created for this unit. And click OK. And now none of my formulas work naturally because I don't have named ranges anymore. So named ranges provide yet another way to build spreadsheets that are more intuitive and easy to use. They make formulas more readable and more scalable. With a little bit of planning up front, they can really enrich your spreadsheet models.